We don't follow trends, we own them. This is fusion. This is the mothership. Real yield, real power. Let's go. As our mothership online, we rise in the night. Built from the chains where others lost sight. As our microgrids pulsing, real yield and fly. Our fusion is fire, the future's inside. As our mothership online, we rise in the night. Built from the chains where others lost sight. As our microgrids pulsing, real yield and fly. Our fusion is fire. This is real life. No JPEG promising, no clickbait clones. We own the code, the vault, the zones. Stack that yield, no Ponzi tones. Just smart contracts and bulletproof bones. NFTs that print, yeah, pass it pays. Fusion built it in silent days. Now we shine, no delays. Bond flows hot like dexSWAP blaze. Vol burns rising on Plazm stats. E-share drops, yeah, we like that. Low supply, no inflation games. Microgrid earns, that's DeFi flames. There's a mothership online. We rise in the night. Built from the chains where others lost sight. I can make a grids pulsing, real yield and flight. The fusion is fire, the future's in sight. There's a mothership online. We rise in the night. Built from the chains where others lost sight. I can make a grids pulsing, real yield and flight. The fusion is fire. This is real life. Remember the signs, we broke it loud, they laughed at DeFi, we built a crowd. No VCs, no ties, only freedom and yield that multiplies. Microgrid stack like royalty rights, each one's income day and night. No click to earn, no empty spin. Fusion plays the long-term win. Minted points, that's yesterday, now it's yield every time you stay. The bonds pay in pure reward, any share hits that scoreboard. From dexfi.com to the Plazm core, every transaction fuels us more. We earn, we rise, we own. Welcome aboard, welcome home. Was your mothership online? We rise in the night. Love built from the chains where others lost sight. Watch your microgrids pulsing, real yield and flight. Then fusion is fire, the future's in sight. Was your mothership online? We rise in the night. Love built from the chains where others lost sight. Watch your microgrids pulsing, real yield and flight. The fusion is fire. This is real life.
What's up, everybody, and welcome. We are back on the grind. This is EMP Money and the entire EMP ecosystem, the mothership, as we affectionately refer to it as. My name is AJ. I'm the team lead here, and I'm feeling better. Thanks for all the well wishes. Had a weird reaction to some new medication, but feeling much better today. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host and with the most and fellow team member, LA. How are you?
Hey guys, I'm good. How's everyone else doing? Hope everyone's having a good night, and we're happy to be back.
Yeah, no doubt. So I appreciate everybody's patience. We took a little break over the holidays, but now we're back, and we'll be on schedule now weekly again. All things, hopefully all things back to normal. So before we get started, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe as well. That really helps the algorithm and gets us going to the very few that are still left, it seems, in crypto overall. Engagement's been down, metrics have been down, but that's one of the big topics tonight. Is we've been building in every bear market, and whether you think this is a bear market or not, we're going to continue to make amazing protocols that all feed the mothership. And so, I know it can be a little tiring our patience have been wearing thin, but overall, the market can't go down forever. And I think that we still have a ton of amazing metrics in place to continue what we all hope for in 2026 and beyond. So we'll go over all that. We'll give some updates, maybe a little bit of a shorter one tonight as I'm recovering. LA is always ready to roll. So, but we'll get to everybody's questions, and if you do have questions, please feel free to ask in the chat. So, in terms of overall market conditions, I'd love to be able to say, this is it. And every time we come on the AMA, we say, again, I am a self-proclaimed perma bull, and I still am. I get it. We could be in this sideways motion for a little bit longer before things really start to take off. I was hoping that the Clarity Act and market structure bill would be, a catalyst. That looks like that might be a little bit delayed now. However, as long as we get a bullish liquidity cycle, whether that's through more rate cuts or stimulus checks here in America, or whatever the overall economy might have in store for us, once those things happen, crypto will follow. And it goes back to what we've said regardless on every AMA pretty much from day one, and that is millionaires are made in times like these where people are euphoric and your grandma is asking you about Bitcoin. Those are signs of the top, and we haven't had a top. We haven't been to that euphoria. We haven't seen retail come back in, and whether it's another year or another few months, when those things start happening, then we really know the bottom is in, and we're excited for the very immediate future that follows that. And again, we're good either way. I mean, the beautiful part about our ecosystem is we're designed to survive the dramatic tips, and we've seen that even now. Although APR is not spectacular, we're at least producing yield. I mean, a lot of other protocols, 99% of other protocols cannot say that, and they're completely reliant on their token that has only gone down and to the right. So all of those things are really cool, and we'll talk about it individually for each protocol here in a second. But LA, anything else you want to add? I know you're always the eternal optimist, like I am, but I get it. People get their patience are thin, but we just have to keep on the grind for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. Got to just keep looking up and keep grinding it out.
All right, perfect. So, all right, let me open up my notes and see what we have first. All right, so I think we were going to go over some recent downtime. So with EMP and Fusion, all the EMP related sites under our domain, we were having some temporary DNS issues, but all that is now back up. We were down for about a day, but all that's been resolved, so we're good to go now. The hosting company was the issue. It wasn't anything with the contracts. Everything is super safe and functioning. And in the future, if it is something that needs to be addressed, we will usually pin that in any of our socials. If you don't see anything like that, then just be patient. Give us some time to work through it. The many joys of a digital platform. But yeah, everything's Safu and website is working. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and open Fusion to well, LA, can you just go over a little bit about the microgrids? I know we've had some good deals lately, and then I'll do a quick overview of Fusion again.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know if you've been looking at the same marketplace that I have, but there's some people posting their microgrids at some extremely good deals. And so if you're someone who is looking to build your microgrid, this is the time. I mean, this is the lowest that I've personally seen it. So yeah.
100%.
I'm excited about that. And for some reason, my notes aren't popping up, but I'm just trying to pull them up here. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah. And so the rewards have been pretty consistent. Obviously, we're still wanting to see them go up consistently over time, but considering how up and down the market has been, the rewards have been really consistent. The deals inside the marketplace are on fire. So if you are looking to build your microgrid, now's the time. And yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about that.
Yeah, 100%. So again, just for those that may have missed the last few updates, we are really focused on thinking about Fusion as more of an e-share miner. I think a lot of you were a lot more receptive to that mindset, meaning yes, obviously APR matters, but APR is still a bit misleading when it comes to the overall gains that you could potentially have um, if you feel like each share is closer to a bottom than a top. And so, again, there's been some great suggestions from the community as well on how we can better illustrate the actual earning metrics. Um, but even as it sits, I mean, again, like Ella said, the marketplace, there are some great deals. The floor price is still pretty thin as well. Um, this last wallet here looks like they broke up their orders, but really, only about $700 to increase the floor price to the next level at 6 cents, and then overall, over only probably 5 to 10 grand of overall levels until we're back at about 20 cents per microgrid. So again, what I was saying earlier is, these are times to build your positions. When, microgrids are dirt cheap, you know, 6 months from now, when we do get some more life into the ecosystem in terms of, an alt season, yields start coming up. By then, microgrids will be 20 cents. And so the real value is building your positions at the lows. And that's not saying go all in. Again, we want everybody to be well diversified. Um, and the other really cool part is every single day, the treasuries, again, EMP treasury and marketplace fees, at least some of that yield and and revenue is buying microgrids off the market anyway. So uh, again, we wish there could be more right now, but it is essentially making microgrids deflationary and will automatically push the APR up over time as the Treasury continues to do that. And the APR is also, there was one more thing I was to say, this is dramatically lower than it should be. And we posted about this in the Telegram. You should see this number come up. When I was sick, I missed one of the top up windows, and it was averaging the APR over 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks. So by tonight or tomorrow, we should see that number increase dramatically, and then moving forward, again, we're on a 2 week uh, epoch schedule, so it will even out the APR over those weeks. And again, eShare being down also doesn't help, but I think that's more just about the overall market um, and our exposure to ETH through the LP for eShare. And we have some really cool more utility coming. Again, we'll talk about some more builds at the end, but we're always doing more utility and more use case for eShare. And obviously, LSteak is a big one. And LA, we just went live with Yieldra. Is that the next on our list? Or was there something you wanted me to cover before I move to that?
Yes, we were going to talk about that with eShare, correct?
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So, all right, let me jump over here. All right, so Yieldra, again, Hydra, Yieldra. A lot of you may have seen this post in our socials as well, and this is through a mutual friend, actually part of the consulting team for HVM. and a long-term friend of mine, Crypto Eater. This is his protocol. We did an AMA about a year ago now on the first iteration of this called Aqualis. So Aqualis is now rebranded to Yieldra or Yieldra, and what it is basically just a way to offer staking rewards for different tokens. So obviously we see SPS. We're big fans of SPS, and then eShare. So down here, um, almost 44,000 eShare in the pool right now. You're looking at about 23% estimated APR. We did buy this eShare off the market and seed the rewards. Should be going over the next 60 days or so, and they will fluctuate accordingly. But this is just a great place to park your eShare in the meantime, rather than just holding it in your wallet to potentially earn a little bit more. So nothing too crazy, but just a great way to help other protocols that we're involved with get exposure to our ecosystem, and vice versa. Again, this is bringing new users in. Now with the highest TVL on eShare, we've had a lot of new eyeballs on EMP and the entire mothership through this as well. So throughout the year, we'll be working on some more um, pseudo partnerships with protocols that we have relationships with, that not only adds value in terms of rewards, but also in terms of more eyeballs to the people that are still active in DeFi. And again, we did seed the reward pool for this eShare, but that eShare was bought off the market. So even if 100% of everybody sold the rewards, it would still be a net neutral effect on the price. So again, we're not minting more eShare to pay for rewards. So check that out if you are so inclined. All right, what else, LA?
Yeah, that's a cool one. Yeah, so Plazm, I think you've got some exciting news there.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's jump on over to Plazm. And it's been really, again, a sleeper overall. I think people still are not fully understanding the power here. So let me jump on over. Hang on. All right, so Plasm, we are looking really good, even though again the first glance people are like have some questions. So overall, with the market pullback, obviously the bond value is determined in our treasury. So a few weeks ago we were at about 500K, but we still have a great ETH ratio. So dollar value is only down because uh, the price of ETH is down. When you come down here on the stats page, and look here, we still have about 154 ETH in the ETH ratio. So again, the all-time high on this was about 160 or 164. So we're really not that far off. And this ETH value will shift as the bonds recover. So we've been seeing Bond APR increase. We've been seeing a lot of the alts that we have exposure to finally level out. And that's a great sign, because when we do get another recovery in the market, uh, that ETH value and the dollar value will increase dramatically. I mean, we are still buying bonds every day now, up to almost 8,000 bonds, or nearly 30% ownership of the whole bond fund. And this number right here is what matters. I mean, just a few days ago, this was at 60. So we've been earning at least $400 a day still in real yield, and that goes to the buy and burn and buy and build. So when you really take a step back and look at it, yes, in the short term, it seems like um, the protocol is going down in terms of value and treasury, and obviously token price, but it really is undervalued based on these metrics. And another thing I wanted to highlight is the collateralization ratio. So very, very few protocols, even blue chips, are fully collateralized. Meaning, if you took the entire supply of Plazm and divided it or divided the treasury amount by the entire supply of Plazm, you get a fully collateralized value, and that value right now is about 8 cents, meaning it's almost a 3x from today's current Plazm price. So that alone, again, if we liquidated bonds tomorrow, I'm not saying that we would do that, but if you look at the actual collateralized digital assets that back the price of Plazm, it would be a lot higher than it is now. So that just shows that it is undervalued, and all the other metrics in Plazm are looking fantastic. The staking, the liquid supply, the amount in LP, and then again burning. We've nearly burned 15% of the entire circulating supply in just 15 days. So all of those things are really, really powerful. And those that take advantage of Plazm at the lower levels today, over that next week, over even maybe the next month, those are going to really get rewarded, at the end of the year when the treasury is double, yields are double, triple, and we're able to really turn it up. So, does that help, LA? I don't know. Was there anything else on the notes to cover? Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely helps. And I also wanted to kind of address this question that's in the chat here.
For sure.
Can you address, it says, will Plazm ever get to a point where we would only lose half our investment? So can you kind of explain what the person means by that, or what you speculate they mean, and then kind of answer to the best of your ability?
Yeah, so I think what they're asking about is the contribution costs. So yeah, when you look at again, we can just let's go to easy mode and see. So yeah, right now, if you're gonna just purely use easy mode, which sells part of your Plazm to pay for the contribution fees, then yeah, I mean you're gonna have to. It is about half, or more. Let me see. All right, so yeah, in order to get, all right, here we go. So right now, the estimated ROI for staking, which is the best thing to do now, is about 41%. That is not APR. That is 41% in the next 77 days, which works out to be, about 0.5% daily. And so, yeah, there is quite a hefty fee right now where, it's more than half actually to sell the Plazm to then be able to cover the staking costs. But that is by design. I mean, again, there is a point in the near future, if things continue, where it would no longer make sense to have to sell your Plazm and stake. And then those that are bringing fresh capital to pay for the contribution costs, because remember, you can pay for this in assets other than ETH, USDC, or eShare or ETH, and those are the people that will be able to gain ownership percentage because they're entering with fresh capital. Now, the other thing to do is simply hold Plazm, and that again, although you're not able to compete with your ownership, you may get diluted a little bit. The price will then no longer be going down because people are not selling part of their Plazm to pay for the fees. And we're lucky right now that the system can even handle that through our easy mode. Other similar protocols are experiencing even worse issues because again, people are selling to pay for the fees, and then the principal balance is getting eroded as well. So again, I don't. It's not that you're losing half of your investment. I would definitely not say look at it in terms of a loss. I would look at it in terms of paying your future self with those fees because you know
I was just
$10.
going to get at this.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
do
absolutely,
something
Elliot.
with that? Just because I want to clarify something else that the same person said. He said, good for you. Is that what you mean? Not good for the investor? But I think this person is a bit confused about what is happening with those fees. So can you talk about how those fees are actually beneficial for the future of the token and the protocol, not you and your personal wallet or the team's wallets?
Yeah, no doubt. So again, this is another bit of uh, over simplification. Yeah, the fees don't even go to us. We get a small portion, and Genesis fees. I think it ends up being like 5% of the total fee. But even that being said, yeah, when I say good for you, I mean yes, good for the participant. We're not getting any, and we only get the yield from this. So we're not getting any deposits anyway. So again, LA and I are not uh, personally benefiting from this at all. It benefits eShare and Plazm. And so what happens is those fees, and that was a perfect segue, uh, they go into the treasury. They don't go to my wallet. They don't go to LA's wallet. They don't go to any wallet. You can track all this on chain. So all the fees then go to the treasury. The treasury then buys, but I'm sorry, DexFi bonds, um, and then that is locked in. So we're never spending the actual principal to pay for the buy and burns. And again, this number, people get worried that this number goes down, but this total buy pool over here, this is being replenished every day through the yield. So like I said, roughly $400 a day just from yield, not even including what comes in with eShare and all the other deposits that we don't sell to go into bonds because again, eShare just goes directly in, so we're not selling eShare to pay for bonds. Um, so there's a lot of nuance here that's happening, but the whole point is that this number uh, is always getting replenished. So, the other bit of FUD, I guess, was like, what happens when this goes to zero? The answer is this will never go to zero. As long as bonds are paying, then this will never go to zero. And this number will always increase depending on market conditions. So the only reason this number is lower than it was last week is because markets are down. And it goes the other way as well. So we see ETH recover, and um, all the alts that we have in bonds, this could be 800,000 without any new deposits, which again is really, really powerful. So yeah, hopefully, does that help explain it a little bit better, LA?
Yeah, and I know that people's attitudes kind of wane when the market is down, but let's be honest, guys, we design protocols that are beneficial for the user. And if it had anything to do with our gain, we would have been gone a long time ago because the two of us and the team, we don't we don't earn money off of this. So
Totally.
we earn money off of our own personal investments in the protocol, but we're not making money from your fees. The fees in any of our protocols are always designed to benefit the users, just like they do in Fusion and they fuel rewards. In Plazm, it obviously works a little bit differently, but it adds to the bonds, which then help the protocol succeed even more. It helps us to burn more. It helps us to build the principal amount inside the bonds that are earning everyone their APR. So it is important to charge those fees. And hopefully AJ's answered your question now.
Yeah, 100%. I just wanted to highlight this real quick as well, LA. I mean, you can see there's built-in volume every day. You can see there's been $1,000 of buy pressure on Plasm. Um, the only reason the token price goes down is because there's been more selling than buying. But eventually that has to subside because there's only so much Plasm, in existence. And yes, there is more coming out of the reward pool, but the reward pool, then you don't get any of that. And so again, over time, the protocol is designed to reward those that do go back in and do quote unquote play the game as intended. And yeah, when I say it benefits you or us, I always mean the protocol. And like LA said, almost every other project on the planet, even the Ethereum Foundation, they're selling their token on their community. That's how they pay for things. We if we do take fees to operate the protocols, it's always from the yield or, like LA said, actually participating in the protocol ourselves. And so again, we didn't mint Plazm or eShare for that matter. Again, there's very few eShare emissions that go to the team, but even that now has subsided. That we're on base, and we don't ever mint our own tokens to pay for things. We do it as users of the protocol, like each one of you, and that's what makes our protocol so powerful too. Is that our incentives are always aligned that way on top of it all. So again, we're getting to a local bottom on Plasm, and I think overall we're gonna see this finally start going the other way. And when it does, those that have been believing in the protocol and actually understand the economics, they'll benefit the most. So, all right. Any other questions?
Awesome. Not that I see immediately, no.
All right, let me jump back over. What is on the list next?
LSteak.
Perfect. All right, let me get that pulled up.
And I'll just read a couple of these like bullets that Grover posted today. So the LSteak pre-launch raise is now in its final window. The soft close is confirmed for February 15th. The exciting news is we're already past the minimum safe launch threshold. And from here, it's no longer if they launch, but how strong they launch. So why this matters, the pre-launch terms lock at soft close. There's no extension planned, and late entry equals post-launch pricing and mechanics. I'll go ahead and post the links to get involved in the chat, and that way you can check it out and do your own research.
Amazing. Yeah, so this is the next one of the many builds coming in 2026. This is headed by Grover. It is under the EMP umbrella, but he's been really spearheading this and really has done a great job in the economics and what this means. So yeah, you can get involved by contributing to this address or join their socials to ask more info. But it's essentially a liquid staking protocol where the collateralization and backing of the token, again, very similar to how Plasm works, just with different mechanisms and not a daily unlock, is producing real yield to really only have the token go up in price over time. So again, with real yield and over collateralization, you're able to make that happen, even though it sounds too good to be true. And any kind of volatility on the token is actually good for it, and can speed that process up. So, why this matters for us, on top of another opportunity for everybody, is eShare and Plasm will also be part of the liquid staking as a service. So we will be able to offer liquid staking as a service to other protocols and give them a utility on their tokens. So it should definitely help with those that, again, are holding liquid eShare or can't afford to go back in to Plasm. It will let you earn on those tokens, in another way. So, all right, hopefully that helps explain that. Any other questions with LSteak?
No, I don't think so. But if you guys do think of any questions post AMA, I know Grover is extremely active in our chats. He's always around and very helpful, and I'm sure he'd love to answer any of your questions.
Yeah, 100%. Again, it is a lot to take in, but there's some really cool features. Again, and it will also feed our existing ecosystem. Again, the yield is produced through bonds. Obviously we'll have LP pools for LSteak in vaults, and they're also hedged with gold as well. So a lot of really cool things happening. Again, Grover is uh, very advanced when it comes to economics, and I know he's been trying to make this as powerful as possible. Cool. All right. All right. What is up next on the list?
We were going to talk about. Oh, by the way, did you want to talk about your X space today?
Oh yeah. So again, I'll give a little bit of update on that. Obviously, we've still been promoting. Again, I not as much as I would like to, but obviously, with the market being so dead, it's been hard. But yeah, we're always trying to get in front of new people. We did a great little X space earlier with a Pulse specific community, Crypto Paradise. They're a great group of guys that have a private DAO and look at different projects. And one of our admins in Plazm, Martin, shout out to Martin, gave us an intro over there. So yeah, we did about an hour with them today. Both Grover and I were on there. Usually LA is my co-host, but Grover was talking about LSteak. So it was great to have both protocols represented. And so that was great. A lot of new faces over there. And then Ella, I don't know if you know about this, but about an hour before our call today, we did a really cool private Zoom with some with a private community of LP providers, and they are some advanced users through this mastermind setup, and none of them really knew about our vaults. So about 30 or 40
Ooh,
new users, potential whales, that were really impressed with what we have to offer. So again,
that's
we're
exciting.
yeah, no doubt. So we're always trying LA. I know everybody asked for the AMA train, and yeah, I mean we've said it all along. Obviously, we love to promote, and we will promote both EMP and um, Plazm and everything that we're building. We just need to be able to have an audience. So rather than spend money right now on that, we're waiting for the market to recover a bit before doing another AMA season for sure. Cool. All right.
I'm just laughing at Neil's comment. He said, "Every time you say Grover, I get an urge to bark like a dog. I think there's something wrong."
Oh, that's hilarious, Neil. Yeah, no doubt. He was joining from the Australian bush, and yeah, the dogs and the chickens were in full force on the space for sure.
Oh, man.
Awesome. All right. What else we have? So yeah, other than that, just a few more builds in the works. A lot of you that join the Bernard Bond AMAs with Ryan will know that we have a protocol called FortuneFi in the works. That's another build um, that is more around a weekly jackpot. We're really excited for that. No token associated with it, just a way to earn every week. And so we'll have more info on that hopefully on the next AMA. And that will also bring more TVL into bonds and the mothership as well as a great affiliate program for that. So definitely stay tuned. And we have one more build. I'm not quite ready to announce it publicly yet. But if you want to know about it, send me a DM on Telegram. Um, a few we have already been in, and it's really exciting. We've been working on it for a while now. Some of you may be familiar with a protocol called EarnFi, which was from the same sort of dev team. This is again under our original EMP umbrella. should be also a way to earn and benefit EMP and everything that we're doing. So we'll have a few more announcements in the next month or so. But between LSteak and those two, that's about 3 new builds, as well as a community member. Cool Street, shout out to him. Building some more utility around eShare. We have a lot of things coming that will only bring more economic energy to our mothership. So keep an eye out for all that. And again, it's not a matter of pivoting focus. It's a matter of generating even more revenue for all of us. So exciting times, LA. We never sleep. Yeah, so
Never ever.
100%. So all right, and yeah, there shout out to everybody in the chat. Ryan's here now as well. So yeah, we'll do a full overview of FortuneFi next week. All right. Any other questions or notes?
Yeah, you were going to give a little shout out to Monstro.
Oh yes. So one more again, quick shout out. So Monstro is they're launching their token on the 27th. A lot of you may remember the Monstro universe. We've done some AMAs with them. I spelled it wrong for LA, but yeah, Monstros is very similar yield protocol to bonds. They were one of the first to really make their yield strategies public and on chain. And they have a new token coming out on the 27th. So we'll do an update in our socials about a day before. But they had a recent AMA that they showed us a lot of love, and we're hoping to work with them in the future. Now that they have their own token, we can maybe work on some yield strategies through the vaults and possibly even some external yield or bonds, white label bonds, to be able to help with their buying pressure on Monstro as well. So I know a lot of our community, we have a lot of overlap. So if you're a Monstro, we're excited to work with them as we go. So, all right, I think that was it. Was that it? I know
Yeah,
I had a bunch of notes today.
I thought that you maybe meant like a new protocol from them and they just named it something slightly different, but I didn't realize it was a typo. So
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, they've been working on their token for about 2 years now. Obviously, we've had great success working with them in the past. A very trusted team, and I'm excited to support them. And maybe a new LSteak SaaS product as well. Who knows? So we'll
wicked,
do whatever we can to support.
wicked. Okay, so as far as questions tonight, we've got one in Discord. And the question is, how much longer do you estimate before SparkSwap gets integrated into dexSWAP?
Yeah, for sure. So again, SparkSwap's been a bit difficult. Obviously, Pulse Chain has been a dumpster fire to say the least. And so we have some things that we're working on. I can't really publicly comment yet, but there has been a lot of movement in a potential game changer in terms of an exchange on Pulse. So when we're ready to announce that, we will. Immediately going forward, Spark probably won't be associated with that. But as we see success with that and some of the connections that we built over the years, that could definitely be something that we integrate. Like we said before, obviously dexSWAP is still on the roadmap, but we've really tried to focus on what is making money at the moment, and having a multi-chain exchange is a very heavy lift for not a lot of immediate revenue. So again, we haven't forgotten about Spark. I get this question a lot. We'll do what we can to make it right, but people just have to be patient, because when we do make it right, we want it to be sustainable. We just don't want to offer credit in something new that doesn't do anything anyway. So please trust in the process, and yeah, hopefully I have an update on that very soon. With or without the success of Pulse Chain, I think that people will be excited for what we may have cooking. And again, there you go. There's another potential build. Again, not necessarily under the EMP umbrella, but through the connections that we have, could be really powerful for all of us.
Love it. Always pays to go to the AMAs because you get all the alpha.
Yeah, no doubt. I wasn't even planning on sharing that, LA. So shout out to all of you that stayed to the end. And again, any official news will be through our socials.
Awesome. So we have a question in the chat from Evans Brando. It's a question around Bond APR. If Bond APR is variable bi-weekly on Wednesdays, why has the APR stayed at the same number? Is it for the past 8 or 10? Stayed at the same number for the past 8 or 10 weeks?
Yeah. So again, this is just part of the coincidence, I guess. I don't know how else to put it, but really it just has been that way because yield and price have been sideways. I mean, again, overall, yes, the last 2 days, ETH has dropped off pretty big in terms of price. But remember, we have a lot more exposure to alts, and a lot of those alts, even with ETH going down, only moved, a couple percent. So it's a factor of the underlying assets price and the yield, and it just so happens that that formula results in about 30% APR, but it hasn't been static. It's been as high as about 38 and as low as about 27. So it definitely is still fluctuating, and it's just a perceived coincidence that it's been around the same. However, we have been seeing some moves other than the last 2 days. Last week, 3 out of the 7 days were almost double the volume and yield that we have been doing. And so again, I think, and because the epochs are every 2 weeks, we don't see an increase, even if APR is higher, we don't see it applied until the following 2 weeks. So by next week or the week after, I think that we will see APR start going up, assuming the market doesn't get worse again. But the other thing to realize too is bond price has been really stable. So although APR has been lower and fluctuating, we've really found a floor over the last 6 weeks on bonds around 0.2, 0.02 ETH. So that is another really good sign for those that have been DCAing. And that also goes into it. We said before that we've increased compounding on bonds a little more, and that has really helped with protecting the principal, even though APR has been a bit less. But 30% APR in this market condition is pretty amazing. I mean, again, we kind of have to reset our expectations when it comes to bonds as well. And I think that bonds will really shine over this next year for sure. It's only getting better over there. So hopefully that answers.
Love it. Okay, we have another question. It says, I just sold some Plazm to make a small stake and thought my percentage of holdings will go down. When I checked, my portfolio has gone up. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, really good question. So it might be a few things. Number one, it might just be a UI error. So I would encourage you to disconnect and reconnect, and then refresh, just to make sure you're getting good data. But this almost proves what we've been saying. So even though you're actually selling some Plazm to pay for the contribution costs, you are earning more in terms of ownership because you're going back in to the protocol. So this is where I was saying earlier, where you can just hold Plazm, but if you just hold Plazm, you will be diluted in terms of ownership. So the only way to keep your ownership percentage up is to continue to go in, and preferably with new capital, without selling your Plazm, because you're now earning on even more of a position. And the third thing is, when people leave, so say somebody their stake ended and they left the ecosystem completely, where they just sold Plazm and converted it to eShare or ETH, then that boosts the ownership for everybody else. So even if you're already in Plazm and you just have a stakes earning, your ownership could go up because people leave. So there's a lot of really cool things that happen, again, for those that have the long-term mindset of sticking with the protocol. And again, I mean, there is no smoke and mirrors. There's literally almost $500,000 of digital assets backing the token price. No, what other token, please name one, that has, a digital asset treasury that's verifiable on chain, that is collateralized, with the token. eShare doesn't even have that. Again, we have a treasury, but it's more about yield and not about the actual assets. Plazm has that, and so again, I think people are really, really sleeping on the true value of Plazm. And yeah, as more supply comes out, that will dilute, that ratio. But we've seen the treasury grow about on pace um, with the new supply that's been coming out as well. And I'm going to do a whole post on this collateralization metric in Plazm over the next few days. So keep an eye out for that. I'll share it in all of our socials. But I'll try to do a better job of explaining it verbally or written, so people really understand. And I think once people see the math, it will get you bullish on Plazm for sure.
Awesome. Well, that is it. We had a quick one tonight, seems.
Well, that was. So I knew we were trying to shoot for a little quicker as we're getting back in the groove. But yeah, I'm glad we covered everything. Yeah, I don't see any other questions either. So yeah, LA, any final words of wisdom? You again are always so good about our hero's journey. I know people get frustrated and impatient, but sometimes the best thing to do, and I said this earlier on the X space, sometimes the best thing to do is just sit back and observe. We don't have to be in the trenches every day, trying to revenge trade, our portfolios, or always, uh, uh, being stressed out about the charts. If you feel that way, it might be good to take a break and come back. We're not going anywhere. The protocol will only get stronger over time.
And there's a
we have
whole world out there.
exactly, Ollie, go ahead. So, yeah. Cool.
When you leave your mom's basement, there's a whole world out there. I'm just kidding.
For sure. Yeah.
Total
But yeah,
joke.
I know you share the same mindset. So.
No, but I just want to say good luck to any of you who are in parts of the world that are about to be hit by extreme weather. I might have to get on a plane and go visit AJ in Florida.
Yeah.
But as usual, thank you guys so much for joining us on these AMAs and for your great questions. We always love answering any and all questions, and seeing your excitement about the protocols, even with the market down, is really the fuel that we need to always keep pushing and always keep building. So thank you for all of the support and the great questions, and for being here. And we'll continue to show up for you guys to the best of our abilities and keep, building this to the vision that we want to all see it at.
100% LA. So yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I an open invite to anybody who wants to come down here to Florida. I know a lot of you are suffering from a winter blast. So good luck to everybody, and yeah, we'll be around next week, same time, same place. We come to you every Thursday at 6:30. I'm sorry, 6:45. Good lord, I can't even remember our time. So we come to you every Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. We'll also do an update over on HVM at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on that channel. And we've also been doing. Oh, one last thing I was going to say. We've been doing some shorts. So every week now, with the help of AI, I'm clipping a lot of our conversation here on the AMAs and posting them on the YouTube channel as shorts. So please interact with those and share them or comment. I don't know if you can comment. I think you can like them, but
You can.
yeah, can you? All right, thanks, LA. So comment, like, and then potentially share those. That'll also help us get the word out to new users. When retail does come back, we have all the puzzle pieces in place, and that's when things will shine. So, all right, much love to all of you. Again, please comment, like, and share, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye, everyone.